Hey guys, it's Miss Leibowitz. So the last few days we've been learning about the differences between inches, feet, and yards, and we even started talking about centimeters. So remember, when you hold up your pinky, how wide your pinky is, not how long, how wide, how fat it is, that is about 1 centimeter. That's just for estimating. Obviously, that's not exactly 1 centimeter. If you are looking at your ruler right now, and I'll show you. If you're looking at your ruler right now, there is a side of the ruler that says inches, IN, right? And then when you flip it over, there's a side of the ruler that says cm for centimeters. That means that this ruler has both inches and centimeters. Now, if you're looking at the inches side, this inch is about the length of my finger, and underneath I can see a few different centimeters. So when we're looking at inches, centimeters are much, much smaller than inches. Now, there's also something that is bigger that goes with centimeters, and that is called a meter. So a meter is actually bigger than a yardstick. So when you're thinking about the yardstick, the big yardstick, the big, big, big ruler, that is 1 yard. There's actually something called a meter, like a centimeter, but a meter stick. A meter stick is actually 100 centimeters. So if you're looking at your ruler is only about 30 centimeters. So that means I would need 100 centimeters. I would need 100 centimeters to equal 1 meter. So 1 meter is actually a little bit bigger than 1 yard. So when you're thinking about all of the lengths that we learned inches, we learned feet, we learned a yard, we learned a centimeter, and now we're adding in a meter. Of all of those, the meter is the biggest. So a meter is bigger than an inch, is bigger than a foot, is bigger than a yard. The meter is the biggest, and the centimeter, the little baby centimeter, that is the smallest. So if you're thinking about everything, we have centimeters, then inches, then feet, then yards, and then a meter, 1 meter. In the United States, we don't use a meter as much, but in other countries, they use meters more than they use yards, okay? So it's just another unit of measurement I want you to understand. A centimeter small, and then I need 100 centimeters to equal 1 meter. So 1 meter is about the length of a real baseball bat. Okay, not like a picture of a baseball bat. A meter is about the length of a real baseball bat. So we're going to watch these videos about centimeters and meters, and then you're going to work on your 12-6 work.
You can use a ruler or a meter stick to measure length. A small bug, for example, is about 1 centimeter long. And there's 100 centimeters in a meter. So I'm thinking a baseball bat is about a meter long. Great thinking, Daniel. And when you estimate, you find about how long an object is. Like this couch. I think that it's about 2 meters long. That's a great estimation. And when I measure it, it's longer than the meter stick, so I mark the spot for this end and move the stick so the 0 is where I marked. And I find that the couch is about 2 meters. That was a good estimation. I think you've got the hang of this measuring idea. I think so too.
All right, we're going to watch the other Envision video.
You can use a ruler or a meter stick to measure length. 1 meter is 100 centimeters long.
Remember that 1 centimeter is smaller than 1 inch.
The button is about 1 centimeter long. What objects are about as small as a button?
What objects are about as small as a button? So we're thinking about a centimeter. We know the width of our pinky, right? We can think about maybe a little blueberry. That's about 1 centimeter. We can also think about our pencil eraser. That's about 1 centimeter as well.
Some objects that are about as small as a button are a staple, a bug, or a pushpin. This table is about 1 meter long. What objects are about as long as a meter?
So remember, a meter is 100 centimeters. It's a little bit longer than a yard. I do have a meter stick at school. I wish I could show it to you guys. So let's see, about how long is each object? Place each object in the box that best describes. So a push pin. If you guys are thinking about the job board at school, you know the little thing I use to push your names in? That's a push pin. So do we think that that is about 1 centimeter or about 1 huge meter? It's about 1 centimeter. A doorway. So how wide a doorway is. Like when I was measuring it in the Zoom call. Is that 1 tiny little centimeter or is that a big meter? It is a meter. A desk. I'm guessing they're saying how tall a desk is. If you think about from the floor to the top of where your desk was, it was also about 1 meter. And then a baseball bat. We know for a fact it is not 1 centimeter because 1 centimeter is a tiny little blueberry, right? A meter is 100 of those blueberries lined up. So I would think a baseball bat is about 1 meter long.
Some objects that are about 1 meter long are a baseball bat, a doorway, and the height of a desk. You can also use a measuring tape to measure centimeters and meters. What unit is shown on this measuring tape? Centimeters are shown on the measuring tape. Are these centimeters the same size as centimeters on the ruler?
Select your answer.
So it says on this ruler, this is a centimeter, and on the measuring tape, it's a centimeter. Is it the same? Is it the same size? Are those centimeters the same size? Yes, because a centimeter is a centimeter is a centimeter. Now, if they were asking if the centimeter and an inch was the same size, then we would say no. But this centimeter is the same as on this measuring tape, which is another tool. The measuring tape, you can see it's kind of like a ribbon. A measuring tape is used for objects that are like round or really, really, really long objects, okay? So yes, that centimeter is the same as this centimeter.
Yes, a centimeter is a standard unit of length. It is the same length no matter which tool is used to measure. So, should an object measure the same number of centimeters if measured with a ruler or a measuring tape? Yes, it should. Now you know how to use centimeters and meters to measure length.
All right, so remember, a centimeter is the smallest and a meter is bigger than a yard. It's not that much bigger, but if you look at your ruler, on one side it says 30 centimeters. So if we line that up 3 times, if we have 3 rulers lined up, that's 90 centimeters, okay? So that's not exactly a meter. I would need 10 more. So then I would have 90 centimeters and then I would take 10 more centimeters and that would be 100 centimeters, which equals 1 meter. And the word centi, I want you to look at this, C-E-N-T-I. This word is actually, I think it's Latin, which is a different language. Centi means 100. So if you think about it, centimeters, it's kind of like saying it takes 100 centimeters to make a meter. That's kind of the way I used to remember it. So make sure that you are using the correct side of your ruler. And when you think about a meter, think about a baseball bat. How long a baseball bat? That is about 1 meter.